Hello, and welcome to What's the Tea with Love and Hate, the midnight podcast where we discuss what love and hate can do and how hate or love can conquer each other. In today's episode, we talk about marriage, but most importantly, arranged marriages. The topic is marriage supposed to be arranged or out of true love? But the big question we're going to be looking at here today is, should marriages be arranged by the couple's families, or should couples be able to decide and arrange the marriages themselves? The answer we will find during the end of this nightly podcast, so grab your favorite tea as we tackle this question. To help us answer this mystery, I will be asking Romeo and Juliet from one of the Shakespeare plays a series of the same questions, as they answer and tell us their thoughts and their experiences with arranged marriages and marriage by choice, and some research to help come up with this conclusion. Now please welcome our very first guest, Romeo Montague.
Hello. I thank thee for inviting me on this fine night.
Well, I thank you for coming. Now, I have a few questions for you. It'll be about marriage and arranged marriages and what you think about them. So, the first question is, what is your opinion on marriage?
What is my opinion on thy marriage? My opinion on being wed is to love someone that makes one's heart sing and makes you want their hand. I think marriage shall be between two lovers who shall never stop them. Like me and my sweet, sweet Juliet.
Oh, that's so sweet. So the second question is, do you agree with marriage being arranged or not?
Arranged marriage, I personally do not agree. For if Juliet and I were heed our family's advice, we would not be. That is a fate I cannot abide.
I see. So you're saying that you would rather not exist if that would happen?
Indeed, I speak thy truth.
Okay, so your third question is, with your lover or your special someone, would you marry that person or no?
I love Juliet, therefore I wed her. Simple and truthful, there is your answer. I've been feasting with mine enemy, where the sun one hath wounded me, that by me wounded both our remedies within help and holy physics lie.
That is beautiful. That is really beautiful. Now, for your last question I have for you, if you had an arranged marriage and fell in love with someone else, would you marry your true lover or the person chosen for you by your family?
I would climb the tallest mountain and swim the deepest sea to be with the one who has taken my heart. No set arrangement can hinder my fiery heart.
Thank you for your answers and your opinions. We really appreciate your time.
Well, you're very welcome, thy noble podcaster.
Well, before our next guest, Juliet Couplet, comes on, we are going to discuss what we had searched all over the world and other people on pros and cons on arranged marriages. Non-benefits versus benefits on arranged marriages. So in Eastern societies, arranged marriage is not only encouraged but required. In many cultures, rejecting an arranged marriage can lead to disownment and exile, but arranged marriages are 10 times less likely to lead to divorce. Difference between love marriage versus arranged marriages. In love marriage, the bride and groom know each other well before marriage, which means they have a comprehensive understanding of one another, whereas arranged marriages, the bride and groom know very little about each other. In arranged marriages, the couple's family are very involved into their children's marriage and will resolve conflict at least early on until the bride and groom get to know each other better. With arranged marriages, both sides of the family agree with the choice of partner for the child, which makes the families even closer. First comes marriage, then comes love. Arranged marriages make up 60% of the marriages worldwide. There is a lot of social support surrounding on arranged marriages. Your family and friends are there to help the marriage succeed. People that go into arranged marriages are looking for a long-term partner, someone with all the qualities they want in a spouse. They aren't blinded by love or swept by romance. Love comes after. Every successful relationship is successful for the same exact reasons. Why? All long-lasting marriages are built on similar foundations. Love ebbs and flows, people change, and passion fades. But if you have a mutual respect, good communication, and genuinely like your partner and like to be with them, then you can have a good marriage. Don't have unrealistic expectations about marriage. Now, please welcome our last but certainly not least, Julia Couplet.
Thank thee for this outright sinfully joyous occasion.
Well, I'm glad you can make it along with your lover Romeo. Now, I want to ask you some questions I had asked Romeo. They're the exact same ones. But we also want to get your opinions on this. So your question is, what is your opinion on marriage?
I think it is a magical union between two souls that become one. As I said to my beloved, 3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose of marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come here, where, what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all the fortunes at thy foot I'll lay and follow throughout the world.
That is one magical way to think about love. Now, do you agree with marriage being arranged or not?
No, I do not agree. How can someone live with themselves if they are not in love with their betrothed? If he be married, my grave is like my wedding bed.
Very well said. Next question. With your lover or your special someone, would you marry that person or no?
I would absolutely marry my special someone. To give oneself body and soul is like heaven on earth.
So, your last question is, if you had an arranged marriage and fell in love with someone else, would you marry your true love or that person chosen for you by your family?
You must follow your heart's desire. How better could you honor God? God joined my heart and Romeo's through our hands, and ere this hand be thy to Romeo sealed, shall be the label to another deed, or my true heart with treacherous revolt turn to another. This shall slay them both.
Well, thank you for your time and your answers. They were really helpful to answer our questions.
You shall be welcomed by the God above and the love all around you.
Well, from all the information we have gathered today, research has stated that arranged marriages for cultures and families who want to join together can be bad, but in some cases are pretty good as they have multiple benefits. We talked to Romeo and Juliet. They believe arranged marriages shouldn't be allowed, and they don't agree as they themselves are a married couple. They believe marriage should be between lovers with consent. But from my own experiences, my own beliefs, I think the marriage should be between the people who know and love each other and not their parents or guardians of the couple's spouses. But I also respect arranged marriages if it's necessary to their traditions and cultures around the world. Now, to answer our question, should marriages be arranged by the couple's families, or should couples be able to decide and arrange the marriage themselves? Well, the answer is really it all depends on who you ask and what you believe in. This wraps our episode on What's the Tea with Love and Hate. Thank you for tuning in today and join us next week for more tea. Have a good night, everyone.